Film Loving, released this November, documents the story of the historic Loving couple that made interracial marriage legal back in 1967. Ruth Loving Davis and Natalie Loving are sisters born in Boston that are connected to the Loving family tree in a way you wouldn't assume.
So the Caucasian family are on the same track as the African American family, which I wanted to see if that was going to happen, and it did. We're connected through slavery. Okay, so you have my father, my grandfather, and then Boyd Loving. Boyd Loving is the connector. All right, Boyd Loving was born as a mulatto.
As we were growing up with our parents, it was something that nobody really talked about. So none of us knew in our generation that we were by in any way connected to Richard and his family. Because they grew up in the South, they grew up in the Jim Crow laws, they grew up in segregation, that there were just certain things that were just never shared, maybe out of embarrassment, maybe out of hurt, or maybe they just didn't know the true story of their family heritage.
Through DNA testing, the sisters discovered that they are related to the white Richard Loving through slavery. However, they still believe that the Loving story and film should be celebrated as part of American history.
As soon as I heard about the Loving, the documentary, I had to look into it and find out what was going on. But I thought it was wonderful. I'm like, we're Richard Loving's cousins. Okay. And so, and I know my family, extended family, their cousins and everybody, they're excited.
I don't think it's just linked to Black history. I think it's American history, and I think that it's probably the fact that this man and this woman loved each other enough to go up against the laws that be and go all the way to the Supreme Court to make sure that people that came behind them would not have to go through the discrimination and the hatred that they had to go through when they became husband and wife. So I think they were opening a door, not totally aware of it, but making it more acceptable as generations went by to not have to go through what they went through.